Hello, welcome to the after show for Layla Civil War. How do you think that went?
Everyone's still alive.
We didn't die. Yeah. I didn't murder everyone. I was a bit worried for a minute. When Janet
close.
and Imogen were down and Ned was still up, I was slightly panicking.
And then we ended up biting everyone.
Violet got mobbed.
I almost killed Janet.
Yep.
Yeah.
You almost killed Imogen. How you feel about that?
Whoops. I mean, it was
My
his
feelings
plan.
can be summed up as
like,
now you're even.
You can't say whoops when it was intentional.
Yeah, my question is,
I
are they
guess.
even, or has Rob tipped the score? Because like Imogen only nearly killed him. He didn't actually even have to make like conscious or survival tests in either of those situations.
That is the most negative anyone's gone, minus 31.
Yeah. Also, I don't think you killed him.
No, she dropped him unconscious once with the blood snake, and that was just because literally he has like 20 whatever hit points, and it's 5 times willpower, so it's 25. And then the other time was the healing spell that went wrong, so it did the opposite. So he lost 20 hit points.
Yeah, but the healing one was not. That was your intention was not bad.
Very much the opposite of murder.
Yeah. The blood one, you were not yourself either.
Yeah. Arguably, wasn't Imogen. Imogen has never killed him. So now he can just feel bad about it.
Yeah. So
yeah. He's gonna do a lot of that.
Those crises. Rob, you definitely have a long-term crisis of you try to kill your friends. Imogen, do you feel that the short-term crisis you had actually deserves a long-term crisis, or are you happy that that's a situation that you've got over?
I think she's pretty much over it. She's had a few other things to get in the way since like worrying about the students that have been dead for a while. Like, she lost an arm. Her girlfriend's going somewhere.
She got an arm back.
Yeah.
It's been a roller coaster.
It's been a rough, 36 hours.
Yeah.
24 hours.
Barnaby, how do you now feel about waking up next to the body of your ex-boyfriend? You're muted. You are still muted.
Whoops. I don't think the feelings about that instance have ever really changed, to be perfectly clear. However, in the current moment, Barnaby has gone from very angry to feeling very impotent during the fight, biting people, to helping and putting out fires. So he is focused on helping people right now, and he's kind of gotten past that.
He was very much like talking to everybody and trying to help them with their problems. It was cute. I was like, oh, it's nice to see this side of Barnaby too.
Barnaby's the one doing all the fixing right now.
That it was a result of the fact that I felt Barnaby couldn't do anything during the fight. He spent almost all his turns either biting someone or not doing
Until the point
anything.
where Imogen locked down Ned, it was like maybe 2 actions that weren't I'm attacking someone that I didn't mean to.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, okay, I couldn't help then, but now is the time when I can do the things. And I will do it well, except I didn't put out the fire of Layla wanting to go somewhere?
Yeah.
What's with
I do
that?
appreciate, Maggie, whether or not you decided that we were able to discern that Layla's not going directly to charity, because this will hopefully not result in us all dying.
Yeah, that's why I was like, ooh, actually, no. How many times? Because it depends on how many times you're calling and what you're texting. Because I was like, well, we can roleplay part of that.
Yeah. It was a, I as a player have some meta knowledge here that would be really valuable for my character to have so she didn't die. So I'm going to see if we can make that happen. So definitely there's some personal metagaming there. I was like, I don't want us to all die.
I was like, okay, sure, let's go find Charity. Oh god.
Where are you
I was
going?
thinking one thing you could do is text Layla being like, well, we are going to charity, so you'd better come find us.
No,
I mean, if that's the route you want to go. I told you.
My bet is that she's gone to the alley or something, because where else is there?
I'm going to have discussion with Maggie about this. Don't worry, this is going to be interesting.
I sent him a message, so he already knows kind of what I want to do.
I do.
But you seem like you were cool with it. I mean, your last answer to me was yes.
Yeah. I'm
whatever, so positive Layla will go through with whatever she is, but I want us to be able to meet up with Layla maybe prior to her doing something else.
Dying.
Or during.
Yeah. If not, we just need to find who the other Slayer is, so we can bring her in.
We'd have to change the show name.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Rebranding sucks. Layla. You seem like you're going through something right now.
Yeah, Layla. If you want to give Layla a crisis, she for sure she does. She feels. I mean, she's had this feeling before, but now it is at the point where every one of her friends, plus her extended friends that she just like, everyone is in the hospital except for Barnaby. Yeah, she's not. She is going back to her loner-esque ways for sure.
You have a crisis. My friends are liabilities.
I mean, loner is one of my drawbacks, just so you guys know. So in a lot of cases I try to like use that, but it's not something that I try to do all the time because it's annoying whenever it's done in shows, in my opinion. But I feel like this one made a lot of sense. Like she's just drawn over the edge.
Your drawback is my friends are liabilities.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And my other crisis is gone, right?
Oh yeah, the other crisis is gone. It's converted into this effectively.
And this is a -2.
Yeah, this is a normal crisis.
My friends are, what did you call it? I like that.
Liabilities.
Liabilities.
Gonna have to solve this problem with the magic of friendship.
Good luck.
We had the solution. Be friendship.
Power level spell would it be to open up a portal to another dimension?
You want to bring in ponies? You want to bring in the elements?
No, I want us to all go there.
Oh.
Oh
wow,
my gosh,
selfish.
the Equestria girls could show up because they show up in the
ponies.
They're not ponies. They're humans.
Oh, I was gonna say we go to that world and we become ponies.
Oh yeah, you would.
See,
yeah,
that's
if you
such a selfish way of looking at it. It's like we will leave everyone else here to suffer, and we'll be happy. That's
No, we go there, we solve the problem, we come back, we destroy evil.
We come back and it's like, oh, the world's been taken over by lust. Whoops.
That too.
I want to see that world.
Yeah, you do. Yep. So, y'all get you defeated 2 in one episode. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say 7 XP.
Yes. 7. Ooh.
Yes, this may help
I have enough for another point of willpower.
Me too.
Oh damn, that's a lot.
I know, it's 30
You're
XP.
saving up. 'Cause it takes a lot to level up a
converted a bunch of the quality points into XP because I couldn't purchase a couple of qualities that I couldn't purchase one that I wanted, which is understandable. So a bunch of that got just converted.
I do kind of feel bad because like this episode I got like no drama points because I didn't do any like conversations. Normally I'm always having like deep
one or two. There was 1 or 2 that you got, but you spent loads. Yeah.
Yeah. But normally I do like a lot of speeches and stuff. And this episode I was like, it's gonna suck for me in the end, but it makes the most sense.
Well, as a hero, you only generally get between 1 and 3.
Yeah.
So.
Just like, what would Layla do? I don't like she's not in a good state.
Murder everything.
No, we killed Wrath. No.
You killed what? Wrath? Did we though? Here's the thing. I don't know if we actually killed all those things because they just like expended, but and they didn't take over, possess anybody in the near space that we were in, but.
So they're in the like they're gone for like 1,000 years, so there's still going to be a problem eventually, but not in our lifetime problem phase.
That's still a
Envy
problem.
probably is, though.
They're not our problem anymore. They're
That's
next
such a selfish way of
Slayer's
looking at it.
problem.
Ra was.
That is not the way that Layla looks at it. Let's put it that way. That's why when everyone was talking and they were like, oh, I think we killed it. Or I think Violet was having a conversation with me. And I was like, I don't think we did.
Yeah,
that's
no,
why
with
Ra was
Sloth,
offering.
Wrath, and Gluttony, we bought a lot of time on figuring out how to deal with them. With the others, we probably haven't. Because pride isn't accounted for, lust is still in charity, and envy probably wasn't actually hurt that much.
Well, envy might be because it got to the point where he was actively killing people.
And we know greed is still around.
Don't know
He
where
didn't
pride
have an
is.
aura, though, as far as we could tell. So he probably wasn't.
Oh, the whole world is the greed aura.
No, not greed. Envy, I mean.
Yeah. I was saying, and we know where greed is as well.
Yeah.
So there's 3 that are definitely haven't been dealt with at all, and 3 that we've probably bought a couple thousand years of time for.
Yeah,
Which
both.
is still not good.
No, it's not good, but it is time, and time gives us enough as it's a valuable tool.
Yeah, and
It's the best result we could have come up with in the situation.
exactly. And when I was doing the writing of the book thing with Barnaby, this is like the exact occasion I was thinking of when I was like, oh, I can just write down the things we need to do, but millions of years later, and then like a to-do list, like how they work. That's something I want to do next spare time after we chase down Layla, obviously. That's the plan. Barnaby has it covered.
Dear future Slayer, sorry we may have sent some sins your way.
Yes, and also we don't know where, when, or how they are going to appear, but be careful, okay?
Yeah, the Slender Million Years is kind of screwed.
Yeah,
But then they'll have like
Layla's
lasers.
doing something similar with the Slayer book that she has.
Lasers will solve the problem.
I don't think lasers will solve the problem.
Rob will make lasers. solve
Hey,
the problem.
maybe at that point they'll just have like brain chips that like suppress all emotions.
Very handy.
That's a great way to solve the problem.
Yeah, we're just going full on dystopian future here.
I like it.
So, how's that Jambert ship going?
It's afloat. It
charming.
didn't explode.
No,
Seaworthy.
it didn't
Still
sink
haven't
like the
asked her
Titanic
to
one
be your
side.
girlfriend yet, though. Just saying. Just saying. No assumptions here.
They'll work that out. If they have a spare 5 minutes without something horrific happening, one of the two
you made
getting
a deal
possessed
to go
by
for
a
pizza.
sin.
You made a deal to go for pizza, so that's fine.
Maybe when you go
That'll
get
work,
pizza.
yeah, pizza. Step 1, pizza. Wait, no. Step 1, don't die getting Layla back. Step 2, pizza.
What's step 3?
Question marks? Step 4, profit?
Cool.
We'll work it out.
Step 4 is
I
always
don't know what's
profit.
happening.
Unless step 1 can be profit.
I like this plan.
Yeah, that seems too easy. I don't know. I'm suspicious. Are you Ra? Are you possessed by greed right now?
Maybe.
I am wondering where Pride's hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
wonder.
gonna be somewhere.
Someone has correctly guessed it in the Discord.
Ooh, okay. A lot of
We just
people,
go troll
whenever
the Discord.
Is it chat?
whenever Layla ran off, a lot of people were coming up with theories in chat, which was really funny to me. And I was like, oh, you poor souls.
Layla is Pride.
Yeah, there were some.
No, sometimes players can just make dumb choices without having anything.
I know. I didn't need to do anything for this one. It's great.
Frequently, they're like, "Let me do the thing," and you're like, "What?"
I'm like, okay, I guess you do the thing.
Like when Bentham says to you, "I want to be like Jigsaw," but with like
So genuinely, I was a little surprised that Robert didn't just hack into the school system and kick Imogen out of school.
Oh, that would have been. Yeah, that would have messed her up.
Would have fucked her up real bad.
That would have been really easy
whatever.
as well.
There's so many reasons why, but just like changed all her grades, so she failed. She gets kicked out of the school.
Oh god, yeah.
No, just change them at there. Like change them like for like any tests she's done previously that are stored at a national level. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh no.
This is why she was like, if you'd really known how to destroy me, you would have done so much worse. Like that's why it wasn't actually you, because it was someone not as smart as Robert trying to come up with the decision.
Yeah, Robert's intelligence actually went down one.
Yeah.
Yep. When I went up to level manifest level 5, my intelligence and willpower both dropped.
So what is Manifest level 5? What did you have then? What were your stats?
I believe my stats were 6 strength, 7 dex plus the 3 for the suit, 7 constitution, and then when willpower was down to 3 and intelligence was down to 4. Speaking of, everything is currently higher anyway because I'm a hero now.
It's true.
So it's now really easy. All my stats are 4, except intelligence, which is 5, and strength, which is 1. Because I insisted on still having 1 strength even as a hero.
I also only have
That's
1
a
strength
4.
as a
That's
hero.
pretty great.
1 strength club!
Oh dear.
So yeah, and I got more points in Gun Fu, and I got a point of acrobatics. So I can dodge stuff slightly more than before. So I'm now a little bit shooty and a little bit dodgy.
I think the MVP, by the way, has to go to that new Imogen power, which is just constantly deflecting railgun rounds.
That was so
Holy crap,
nice.
yeah.
That was so nice.
And the staff was just useless. Though maybe
It
was a
also helps
deterrent,
that I
guess.
have more decks now. I went from 2 decks to 4. And then I had 5 sorcery for this fight, so it normally won't be.
Yeah. And it's particularly good against bullets, because they're super light.
Yeah, it's definitely not as good as actually being able to dodge.
I mean, dodge is negative against bullets and stuff, because you, like,
It's
have
true.
-2 or -4 if you have no cover.
Yeah, but if anyone comes into melee fights with her, she's gonna fucking die.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, she's dead.
She's a ranged fighter. Emphasis on range.
Yeah, glass
After
cannon
that
style.
deflecting, Rob's just like, I need to learn more about how magic works.
In
Is
fairness,
telekinesis not magic?
It's
What?
magic. It's not a spell, though. The staff stops spells.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
psionics.
you can also technically have telekinesis without having sorcery. You just get it as a bonus to sorcery, but it's better if you take it as a separate trait and not as sorcery.
Yeah.
You get fewer penalties.
Yeah,
So
the idea
Bob
being that the
could
staff
learn
effectively,
telekinesis.
like, the staff has, like, tendrils of magic that constantly interfere with the background, like, energies of where you bind a spell together, and so all your spells fail the binding and just shatter and fail everywhere. Whereas telekinesis is, like, really basic to the point that it can't be interfered with like that.
I was real glad I didn't roll a 1 because I'm pretty sure the backfire to that spell would have been Imogen's now just frozen in place.
Pretty much,
no.
yep. No, it would have been, oh god, it would have had to be, because normally it's Barnaby, because Barnaby's magic magnet. But it would have just been a case of I break my eye contact, so it probably would have had to be an Imogen.
Because it has to go
Yeah.
that way.
I'm
Yes,
so
reflect.
glad that's not come to bite me in the ass yet.
I
Magic
thought this fight, every time it was going to be a failure, it would be bam, like, now Barnaby suffers,
What?
but...
What if it's like the reverse though, and then Barnaby can only move when in eye contact with Imogen?
That would be very weird and creepy.
That would be the
That'd be
best.
cool.
They've been the best.
But yeah, that would definitely be the opposite. Oh, I kind of like that.
I
And
wish
then
it would
Imogen gets
happen.
knocked out, and Barnaby's like, well, I guess I'm screwed then.
I'll stay here for a while.
She's unconscious, but you open her eyelids, just staring.
Roll to not pee again.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, we had a roll to throw up. They'd have got a roll to throw up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And technically I passed, so I wouldn't have thrown up because I got a 19.
But you wanted to throw up.
I wanted to throw up
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
So,
passing
like-
gives you control. You can decide whether or not.
Yeah. Just like a chunk of flesh came out with some bile.
Oh.
Yeah. Layla did not want to do that.
This was a gory episode.
It was very gory. I mean, I tried to play it up like when you were like, no, that's how you feel. I'm like, all right, this is what I think. This is what I would do.
It was
But
great.
it's still gross. It doesn't mean I approve of it.
Yep. You unconscious Janet with a bite to the neck.
Oh.
So question, do I get another point of willpower or do I go to sorcery 5?
That's up to you. I feel like you use willpower a lot in sorcery.
Willpower is so nice!
Yeah, but sorcery is something that's like really nice for when you're casting spells. So it's one of those situations where it's like,
Given it,
Do you want it more
costs slightly
often?
less right now for sorcery, and I think I still get to hold on to the discount until I end up using it. It'll probably be the next thing I get.
But also, it stops you from casting sorcery level 5 spells without risking addiction.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the willpower. I really like willpower.
I'm debating if I get another point in acrobatics.
It's good.
Just dodge even more.
Yeah.
And so I can chase people faster.
I'm continually tempted. I'm continually tempted by Super Science 5.
That's very
You
You
should
should
avoid
really
it.
get it.
honestly
Avoid
for
it,
me
but I feel like that's Janet's thing. She's the slightly better super scientist. That's neat.
as
But
a
you were the main character, super scientist.
I
dude.
know.
you should
Yeah.
as a hero, I feel like I need something in a 6. I was like, I need a single 0.6 stat.
Oh, I need something in 6. Do you have anything in a 6?
One
I've got
more
a cult in a
experience, and I
6.
think I can. I
Yeah,
think
you're
one
better
more
at a
XP.
cult than Imogen is.
You're as
Oh,
good
wow.
at
You have
Violet
6 in
as
a
a cult.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, because I'm the occult investigator. I'm the demon hunter. Like, that's so
You need
useful.
to play that up more, homie.
I really do. I need to
Yeah.
figure out
You
exactly.
start
But
learning.
you don't play up the
spells.
investigation enough. I'm like, you did the first episode you were in as it.
Well, it's because we've got a witch, and she's always like, "Oh, I've got the answer now. It's a spell." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Magic isn't always the answer. Often it's the problem.
Also, yeah, I was just gonna say that just because there is a spell option doesn't mean we should take that as our first option if there's
I like
another
the
way.
spell options though.
Says the person who immediately went, is there a spell to find charity?
Well, that was a little different.
But the location spell has gone well so far. That one's never backfired or anything.
You have no idea.
At some point,
Charity
maybe
knows
it'll
where we
just
are
tell.
together.
Yeah, maybe one time we'll backfire the spell and it will just be like, Charity now knows exactly where you all are.
Oh no.
She kind of already does. I mean, it's pretty easy to find us.
She can usually guess. We
We're
don't
not
really
a
move
hard
much.
group.
You're in the
to
boarding
find.
house. You're in Dadbert's house. You're in class. Like, oh no, I did not expect
We're in
any
the
of these.
hospital.
Oh, the hospital.
That happens pretty often.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard to find us.
Oh, FYI, you'd hear on the news at some point about a plane that landed at Heathrow a day ago. Everybody on board was dead. It came from Norway.
Wow, she killed everyone on the airplane?
She was pissed. The problem with vampires is they can only travel at night. So she had to travel by night through the frozen alpine
We can take a red-eye
forest.
flight.
That's the flight she took, but she had to travel by night through the frozen forests in Norway until she found her way to a town, find out where she is, find out how to get to an airport, find her way onto a plane at the right time of night, fly over to the UK, then get to you guys.
Good.
Sorry about all those people on the plane.
And she doesn't speak Norwegian either, so
Whoops.
it's a little bit of a language barrier.
To use the language of murder.
Interpretive.
Someone else, like murder someone, take their identity, then get on the plane using their ticket and stuff. Like she'd have to get clever about it, but yeah, still not good. No buenos.
That teleporter did a good job. That wasn't what it was for, but that worked out well. Like, the point of it was supposed to be to teleport friends in mortal danger to the hospital, which would have been useful this time, but I'd already used it.
Yep. Ah, well.
I haven't been building anything new recently.
On the plus side, generally speaking, if you take one attack that drops you below 0, if you half that attack, it normally brings you above 0. That's happened to me twice.
I need to go over that and have a think about that. Because it is like well, now I don't need to go to the hospital anymore. So I'd probably be like, well, it still means you need to go to the hospital and you still continue to bleed out, but maybe you can act for a little while or something.
I think it made sense. Like in this situation of like, you still need to receive medical treatment
Yeah.
because it's almost never going to bring you back to an amount of HP that's not ridiculously low, at least for the characters that are likely to experience this issue.
Yeah, but it's also a case of if you go down to any time having to roll for a death save, you are still bleeding out, you need to receive medical attention.
Mm-hmm.
So if you bring yourself back to positive, it'd be a case of like, this is you through sheer force of will, still acting despite the fact that you still need to receive medical attention. So because you made it back so fast and you drove recklessly and stuff, you didn't need to make any tests for that. But, y'all beat 2 sins in 1.
So efficient.
And not 3, as everyone thought.
Everyone's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, Charity's here, we're all doomed. I was like, oh god.
When
That was
Nini
good, it was
planned
clever.
that, we were expecting the reveal to happen within 10 minutes of you thinking that Charity was there, not to have the break between episodes be in the middle of that time. Whoops.
No, that was lovely. That made it better.
No, it was better.
And no one guessed it for the entire week until within 1 hour of the show, after I've dropped a hint that people had missed something. Ecliptixis guessed
No,
that
as soon as she
Charity was a
repeated the
hologram.
line again, that's when I knew it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
was
in
using-
episode it became clear
Yeah.
pretty quick. But
She was using slightly debuffed stats from the Dylan bot. Because she was basically the same
Well, it was
sort of bot, but she's based on
But
the,
it was based
the
on-
Janet one.
It was based on the Janet bot, and then the shock drones merged together to make a shocking disguise bot. And if you discovered that while Rob was still Rathbert, then he would have shouted something about them being a decoy, and then say, "Are you shocked?"
I did say something, and then you were like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh well, that was before the reveal. That was when you were hinting that you knew.
It's why I was really hoping that you'd have let Janet slap her.
Oh, we would not have let
It's-
Janet slap her.
I know, but if she had, it would have been any damage that Charity takes instantly triggers that, so then she becomes inert, but the person takes damage. It would have mean that Janet would instantly go unconscious pretty much, but Charity would be out.
But also,
Horrible.
Janet would seemingly like kill Charity.
Yeah. Which would have been hilarious. It would have been a worthwhile trade for your team. Not having to plan around having Charity there and losing Janet, who did nothing all fight.
It's true. One fewer person to try and eat someone else.
Pretty much. She only has a willpower of like 2. Like, she's an average person on willpower, so.
That's true. I guess Janet was trying to do stuff. I was like, Charity wasn't really that much of a threat. Well, the chair bot. But
Chairbot,
Janet, I
yeah.
guess, did try to eat people. Was she successful in eating anyone?
She tried on Violet. Violet managed to hold her off because she just
Yeah,
rolled so
I was
poorly.
like, I don't think she really
has
managed
one
much 'cause
dex
she's not
as well,
strong.
and she's got 0 kung fu, so she rolls at a +1
Yeah.
to make a melee attack.
She's more of a mental.
Yeah, she's never, not at all, like, not a frontline fighter, not a backline fighter. She's just not a fighter. She's
Yeah,
not
she
designed
would
for
help gear things up or stuff like that. Help in that
that. She's
way.
a normal person.
She's basically like your workshop companion.
Yeah, no, she in the workshop, she is a hero. In the fight, she's 0. Like,
We wouldn't want to bring her to the fight.
not really. But you promised a charity. So, that's it for this after show. Hopefully you've enjoyed. And
I made no such promise. I was not there.
That is true. Until next time, though, may the dice roll over in your favor.